Hey everybody, Danny Maude here. Thanks for joining us. This week I had Nick come and see me and we managed to add over 40 yards in carry and 60 yards in total distance to his driving with what you're going to see is the most simple and basic changes. But look, don't take my word for it. Just have a listen to Nick. This is him just halfway through our session just a few days ago.
And so how many yards have you added so far?
40 yards.
Okay,
40 yards of carry.
40 yards of carry. And do you feel like you've hit the ball any harder?
No. Just finishing that swing off, following through, but not any more effort. No.
Perfect. And in terms of actually, what do you focus on when you're over the ball?
So I'm really just thinking about that practice swing and replicating that practice swing, using that muscle memory, and finishing high and through the ball.
And how is this different to the way you were doing it before?
When I started this morning, I was very much wooden, robotic, and now I feel a lot more kind of athletic through the ball, and it's just showing in the results today.
Thanks so much, Nick, for allowing us to share this now. So what can you do to generate power like Nick? Well, we're going to show you the three-step process that we used, which you're going to find is ridiculously simple, but it's going to require some trust. The third exercise in this three-step process is one of the keys, but we're going to start off very small. So all we did Nick was this. He stood over the golf ball with a million and one things. He looks a little bit like a robot swinging, right? This here, this here, this here, this here. With all of those things going on, he doesn't have a golf swing, he has a series of movements because he's trying to get it right. He's trying really hard. I get it. But one of the things you're going to need is a golf swing. So the golf swing starts, look, stand over the golf ball and I want you to start to kind of remove some of the tension in your shoulders and let the arms start to feel very heavy. This is the first stage with Nick. Then what we're going to do is not dissimilar to what you would naturally do if you were throwing a ball. I want you to start to let the arms swing, but they're going to be swung by the body. So what's happening here is the body's moving and slinging the arms. The arms aren't just kind of moving, the body's working to sling these arms. Now, if you imagine this, you got to toss a golf ball, try it now, just stand up, hold your arm, put you really stiff. Now imagine this, if you hold your arm really stiff and you're designed to throw, do you think you could throw it a long way? No. Do you think you've really got control? You might think you have, but it doesn't feel very controlled to me. But the other thing is this, your body goes, what am I doing? But when you relax it, the body goes, aha. It forms a relationship with this. It goes, oh, he wants me to sling this. So then you get a lot of the leg action for free because it knows what it's trying to do. What we did, and this was one of the first stages with Nick. So we got him heavy arms, and all we got him to do initially was this. I'm going to do some really lazy swings where I'm literally turning my body back, turning it through, and literally letting my arms swing. I'm not trying to hit it hard, I'm just getting a feel for this. Listen to that noise. He started off, what did you think he did? You might do the same. He didn't let go. Why? Because he'd been so used to controlling it, it took a while for him to let go. And he was like, Danny, I could miss the ball. Yes, you could miss it, you could top it, you could hook it, all of those things. Put them aside. Just enjoy the freedom, first of all, of this. And I give him permission to hit some bad ones. But you know what? He didn't hit many. So we start to relax. Watch this. So I'm not going to hit any big shots or anything. All I'm going to do is get really heavy, lazy shoulders and start to let my body sling those arms. No, just really lazy. Let's see how we do it. So what we got? 104 clubhead speed, 250 carry, 264 total distance. And that is just really lazy. Now, you might not get those numbers, or even Nick's numbers. It doesn't matter. The reality is this. You will gain more distance if you start to let go. So the second thing that we did, Nick came to me with a slice. Now a slice, look at his numbers, I think it was minus 17. And he was really coming across the line of the golf ball too. So he didn't want a big slice, he wanted to hit it much straighter. So what we did was very simple. I said, look, we're not going to try and stop your slice. What we want to do is promote a draw, okay? So we're going to help you now to swing and play a draw. Now, if you were going to play a tennis shot with topspin, you're going to create these arcs. So where just to play a draw, the arc areas is somewhere over here. This is the path where we need to go, and then somewhere over here. what he'd been doing was somewhere over here and swinging somewhere over here. So very simply what we did, now we got the arms in a sense in a relaxed way, he could just go, okay, so what are you saying? I've got to swing it somewhere over here and swing it here. I said, yes, this is a key area. But what we want to do in this process is I want to help you to visualize. You want to visualize the shape. Don't just play the game of swing. He spent so long, stood over the golf ball, thinking of things that he'd lost connection with the target. And this is a really important point. I want you to imagine that your brain's like this computer and the operating system, all right, is the most powerful. It operates 80% of what you do. Feed it good information. If you visualize a draw, it's going to help you in the background do as much as it possibly can to really go. If you focus on your mechanics too much without the operating system running, you're going to struggle. So visualize the shot all the time. That's all we did. Now Nick found it difficult initially because he only ever saw a slice. So we got him doing this. We got him swinging his arms now into these paths. Up here and over here, literally swinging around, right? Just literally making these motions of visualizing the shape of shot. And then we just got him walking up to it, walking up to the shot, again, and visualizing that shape. And away we go. Now it's probably for a nice big boomer on this one. Here we go. Right. So we got him really kind of motoring. Now, again, at this stage, still very, very lazy swings. But do you know what? He stuck there. He found it effortless in what he was doing. So the third and final stage in this entire process was we needed to take it to the golf course. So what are you going to do if you're going to take it to the golf course? What do you have to do to take it to the golf course? Well, let's just now, in TrackMan, we're going to go into practice mode. I'm going to take you to the golf course and show you now how you can transfer all of this onto that golf course. So the third and final thing is you've got to put this under a bit of pressure. Now, what do you think is the most toughest thing about this, what I've just talked about, is the letting go aspect, letting go of control, particularly if you start hitting a few bad shots, is really tricky to do. It's instinctive. Look at the best players, they come down the 18th in a major tournament, they've got one shot lead, they want to control it. And when they do, they knock it in the water. So it's instinctive to do this for everyone, it's human nature. So what we have to do is we have to build routines. We have to realize first of all, look, this really, really works and letting go is a good thing. So you learn to trust that. Then you've got to start to put it under some pressure on the golf course. Now, I just happen to be the 18th at St Andrews here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a shot. And if you're practicing on a driving range, what I want you to do is you want to visualize maybe one of your worst holes, driving holes out in the golf course. Stand back and start to put some of this into practice. So I'm going to do here, what I'm going to do is if I'm working on these heavy shoulders and swinging and I'm going to visualize this draw, I'm going to imagine these areas. I'm going to swing up to this area here, not over here, so nice in depth. That's going to allow me to come from an arc here and really rip that shot, so get that club slinging through. So I get that sensation of swinging back, swinging through, and I'm really hearing this sound. So I put it under pressure, I get to the golf ball, I don't waste any time, nice and relaxed back, and away we go. Okay, really, really just kind of lazy motion, all right? So by doing that, you're going to put yourself under a bit of pressure and you're going to start to train that routine for your time when you're actually out on the golf course. So again, step back, work back, come in, build a system. If you're just hitting ball after ball after ball, it's hard to transfer it. You won't build trust. But look, if you start to kind of work on this, feel those heavy arms, swing in the corridors that are going to create the draws if you slice. And one of the things that we definitely did with Nick is we didn't keep him drawing the ball. Do you know what we did? So we could improve his overall feel. We actually got him swinging in the corridor of a slice too. Why would we do this? Because the thing is if you want to learn how to hit a ball straight or much, much straighter, you need to learn the feel of an open face and a feel of a closed face, because in the middle is straight. You can hit a ball straighter if you can't really feel both sides. You can't move this needle backwards and forwards. So get yourself set, nice and lazy swings, heavy it up, do a few swings. That's my corridor, let it go. That's too much tension. Really start to lose that tension. Get yourself set. In you go. And away we go. Nice, just feels lazy as I'm not smashing it. Simple as that. Okay, so 3 very, very, very straightforward steps. All we did with Nick to really ramp up this power was get him into a much heavier shoulders, heavier arms. Get the sense like you would do if you were throwing a ball. There's an arm, this is literally lazy. Second thing, depth, rotation, visualizing. Now, we want to, when you throw a ball, you don't throw it here, there's no power there. You naturally go around, you create this arc, and you throw it from here. So, what helps this, and what helped Nick, is by helping him visualize, create in this draw shape, it helped him get much more depth around, which helped him create more energy or store more energy, and then come around. That really, really helped with his power. The third and final thing is you need to learn then to go and practice it. Set up and maybe station up on the driving range, visualize your nemesis hole, and start to put this into a system that you can actually trust. Remember, it's gonna feel reckless. That was a word that Nick came up with. So, prepare for this. One of the things I kind of summarize with, and a lot of my students have said, I set them little challenges for the golf course. I often say to them, right, what are you going to have to let go of to take this to the golf course? Who are you going to have to be as a golfer? What values are you going to have to live by? A little bit like, some people say, I need to be a bit more adventurous. I need to be a bit more courageous. Great. Set them as your little goals, because this, by the way, for some people is courageous to do this because it feels so reckless. They need courage to do this. So set that as maybe one of your goals when you go and play next time. Don't have maybe the attitude of being cautious and careful. That restricts your growth, it restricts your power, and it will restrict your overall improvement. So I really hope this helps. Please give it a go. You'll love it, and really be patient with it. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, give it a thumbs up and maybe share it with some of your friends who could do with some simple help like this. And of course, look, remember, if you're new to the channel, it's one of your first videos of mine, consider subscribing. Until next week, have a great golfing week.